We've all dreamed about becoming billionaires and enjoying the lifestyle that comes with being one of the world's richest. Flying on private jets, buying expensive sports cars, and in Elon Musk's case, nuking another planet in the solar system. By now, the Tesla and SpaceX mogul has made a name for himself with the proposed colonization of Mars. His science-defying ideas no longer come as a shock to the world, but this one in particular might make your jaw drop. Elon Musk plans to not only colonize Mars, but nuke the red planet. If you want to find out why and how, keep watching till the end of this video. Welcome to Posh Future. Stay tuned to get all the latest information about Elon Musk's plan to nuke Mars. Now let's get started. NASA, in collaboration with SpaceX, is executing plans to move humans to Mars as early as 2050. SpaceX's role in this expedition is the transportation of cargo to the planet in order to build self-sustaining habitats where humans can live. Due to certain factors, Mars is largely uninhabitable for humans, so these habitats will be responsible for keeping people alive, to put it plainly. The transportation of cargo and humans will be done with 1,000 starships, spacecrafts, which are also being manufactured by the Space Exploration Company. What is Nuke Mars? On the 15th of August 2019, Musk shocked the world with a simple tweet that said, "Nuke Mars." In a subsequent tweet, he tweeted, "T-shirt soon." To some people, it might have seemed out of the blue, but in reality, Musk has been sitting on the idea for quite some time. In 2015, while guest starring on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Musk briefly spoke about his idea. Stephen Colbert made mention of Musk's plan to colonize Mars and expressed concern about the possibility of such a feat, seeing as Mars is very uninhabitable for humans. In his typical style, Musk said the solution would be to transform Mars into an Earth-like planet. When asked how, he said they just have to warm it up, and that the fastest way to do it is to drop thermonuclear weapons over the poles. To that, Colbert exclaimed, "You're a supervillain. That's what a supervillain does." In August 2020, Musk explained the concept in greater detail in a tweet. He explained that Nuke Mars refers to a continuous stream of very low fallout nuclear fusion explosions above the atmosphere to create artificial suns. Much like our sun, this would not cause Mars to become radioactive. But the question is, why Mars? Why in the world does Musk want to leave a perfectly good planet like Earth and move to a planet that is still so unfriendly to humans? What is the motivation behind this seemingly impossible plan? Musk explained his reasoning at a conference in August 2018, saying, "If there's a third world war, we want to make sure there's enough of a seed of human civilization somewhere else to bring it back and shorten the length of the Dark Ages." This might seem like words straight out of a sci-fi movie script, but Musk is seriously considering the possibilities. Making humans a multi-planetary species is, according to him, essential for the preservation of the human race. In the event of an apocalypse or global warming, another population of humans somewhere else would prevent the human race from dying out. But why Mars and not any other planets? Well, according to NASA, Mars shares a striking number of similarities with planet Earth compared to other planets in the solar system. It is Earth's neighbor, the fourth planet from the Sun. A day on Mars is only slightly longer than a day on Earth, at 24 hours, 39 minutes, and 35.244 seconds. With regard to atmospheric composition, both planets have carbon dioxide, nitrogen, argon, and oxygen, though in varying degrees. Also, both planets have large polar caps. And finally, while Mars has an axial tilt of 25.19 degrees, Earth's axial tilt is 23.44 degrees. However, these facts might as well be numbers when placed against the stark reality. With frozen temperatures and an atmosphere with less than 1% of oxygen, Mars is still largely inhospitable for humans. The atmospheric pressure on Mars is so low that humans wouldn't be able to survive there without wearing pressure suits. Furthermore, a lack of certain factors necessary for survival make the planet a no-go area. This is the reason why Mars needs to be transformed into a habitable environment. The burning question is, how would this be made possible? In science lingo, terraforming is the word. Terraforming is the process of altering the temperature, atmosphere, or topography of a planet or other body to make it inhabitable by Earth-like life. The plan is to detonate nuclear weapons on the poles of Mars, vaporizing its frozen ice caps in order to release water vapor and carbon dioxide into the planet's atmosphere, This will in turn create a runaway greenhouse effect. The ultimate goal is to emit enough carbon dioxide and water vapor into the atmosphere to achieve a much warmer temperature. On average, the temperature on Mars is about -80 degrees Fahrenheit or -60 degrees Celsius, so it does need more than a little warming up. However, there has been a lot of skepticism about the feasibility of this plan. According to an expert who posted on Twitter, nuking Mars will require over 10,000 nuclear missiles. In the entire world, there are only 13,355 missiles, meaning that over 74% of the world's supply would be depleted to carry this out. Legally speaking, Musk would have to crawl through fire to get governments to agree to place such a lethal amount of nuclear weapons in the hands of an individual. When this was pointed out to Musk, he simply replied, "No problem." Others have pointed out the fact that detonating nuclear weapons could cause a shift in the temperature of the planet, leaving it even more frigid than before. The explosion from detonating the bombs would generate a dust storm, which would eventually block out the sun, causing temperatures to decline. Radiation also poses a challenge to this plan. Unlike planet Earth, there is no ozone layer or magnetic field on Mars, which would leave the Martian surface exposed to the rays of the sun. And despite the frozen weather, Mars already has high levels of radiation to begin with. In response, Musk explained that it would not cause a radioactive effect, stating that the reaction would be adjusted in real time. It is also worth noting that Mars does not have enough carbon dioxide, meaning that even if the explosion successfully released the entire supply of CO2 on the planet, it still would not be enough to achieve the required temperature. This finding was made by two scientists, Bruce Jakosky from the University of Colorado and Christopher S. Edwards of Northern Arizona University. In a paper published in Nature Astronomy, a scientific journal, the pair explained that Mars didn't have enough carbon dioxide stores to make the plan feasible. Musk disagrees, responding to their argument in a tweet which said, "There is a massive amount of CO2 on Mars absorbed into soil that would be released upon heating. With enough energy via artificial or natural sun fusion, you can terraform almost any large rocky body." Finally, from a moral standpoint, do humans have the moral right to transform another planet in such a drastic way, all for our own benefit, especially one that might hold its own uniquely adapted life forms? But before you label him a supervillain, Musk has proposed an alternative which would take more time but would be ultimately less risky than the nuclear weapons. He proposed using giant mirrors to beam light onto the planet. This seems a whole lot simpler than nuking Mars, but what do you think? Well, that's all we have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up to show your support. If you'd like to see more of our content, why don't you click the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications? Until next time.